That was an unmitigated disaster for President Biden.
I've never seen a politician at any level perform like Joe Biden performed.
Joe had the strangest, weirdest stare.
His answers were rambling and incoherent.
He looks like he's barely surviving. I don't mean the debate, I mean life.
There is a deep, a wide, and a very aggressive panic in the Democratic Party.
The question is, could it be that Democrats now have to reconsider?
Welcome to Digicoin Daily and our special coverage of the 2024 presidential election. We're breaking down the critical moment when President Joe Biden lost the debate. Let's get right into it.
Do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
And by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest lie. He's a 6 handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap.
Yeah.
8.
Never.
But I have, you know how many?
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Hey, let's not act like children.
My son was not a loser, was not a sucker. You're the sucker. You're the loser.
The stakes were incredibly high for both candidates on this crucial night. The debate touched on numerous topics from healthcare to foreign policy. However, one specific moment stood out and could very well change the election's trajectory. Here it is, the moment that many believe was the game changer. President Biden was questioned about his administration's approach to the recent economic downturn. His response, or the lack of a clear one, left many viewers doubting his leadership abilities.
40% fewer people coming across the border illegally. That's better than when he left office. And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we can do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
When, for example, he wants to get rid of the ability of Medicare for us to be able to negotiate drug prices with the big pharma companies. Well, guess what? We got it down to $35 for insulin instead of $400. We are the lowest trade deficit with China since 2010.
Thank you, President Biden.
You lost.
Thank you, President Biden.
And we should encourage businesses to have.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump, the question was about what would you do to make child care more affordable?
I made sure every company in the world, every pharmaceutical company, cannot have to pay.
Thank you.
And by the way, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare.
The moment of uncertainty combined with an unclear explanation gave his opponent the perfect opportunity to take advantage. Polls conducted immediately after the debate indicated a significant shift in public opinion. Many undecided voters saw Biden's inability to present a clear strategy on such a critical issue as a major flaw.
He continually lost his train of thought, mumbling, bumbling, stumbling, fumbling, dazed and confused.
He did nothing to disabuse, I think, the country of the notion that he is very old and was lost frequently.
I'm not going to spend all night with you talking about the last 90 minutes when I've been watching the last 3.5 years of performance.
You don't turn your back because of one performance. What kind of party does that?
His job was to calm his party, to make them feel that, yes, I can do this. I have 4 more years in me. He did not do that. He did the opposite of that.
The numbers don't lie. The debate performance had a noticeable impact with a drop in support for Biden. Analysts suggest this moment could be a turning point in the weeks leading up to the election. In the realm of politics, debates can make or break a campaign. As we approach Election Day, it will be intriguing to see how this moment is remembered and if it becomes the decisive factor that many predict. That's all for tonight's special coverage. Stay tuned for more updates and in-depth analysis on the 2024 presidential election. Thank you for joining us and good night.